Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel of Eating Sprouts. My name is Bliss van Amsterdam and today I wanted to make a short video to talk to you about a topic that may sound a little bit odd because today's video's title is Don't Become a Hateful Vegan. And the reason I chose that title is because I've been talking to some non-vegan people who happen to have some complaints, some concerns about vegans and vegetarians. And those are the exact same complaints that you can read online in articles or chat rooms. I've seen them mentioned in Facebook posts, and I have also seen videos that talk about this. So there's got to be some truth to it. And the main concern is of how obnoxious and even rude vegan and vegetarians can be trying to push their agenda onto non-vegan people, into meat eaters, for example. And I know it sounds a little odd because most of the vegan and vegetarian people that I know are kind-hearted people, loving people who care for animals, who care for nature, who care for the planet, and their message should come from a place of love. And I do believe that their message, even though it's perceived the wrong way, as obnoxious perhaps, or even rude, I believe it comes from a place of love. It's just that it's perhaps being projected the wrong way. And that is why I wanted to talk to you today. Because their main argument is that when they're eating their meat, oftentimes they're encountered with comments and negative comments about animal suffering, how bad it is, the animal industrial complex which is destroying the planet and ultimately harming humans and making animals suffer, and all these things that may be true, but people don't want to hear it when they're ready to eat their meat. It's a matter of timing, and oftentimes it could be perceived as, well, as they say, obnoxious and rude and even tyrannical. And this is the key, I think. Because we humans oftentimes have a positive message, a loving message that comes from a place of love, but it is projected the wrong way and is perceived as a tyrannical message when in reality it's not like that. And I think that's really what's happening. That's why I wanted to make this short video here to perhaps approach this in a different way. I'm not saying you in particular watching this video are obnoxious in any way. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that all of us as a group trying to promote the vegan agenda, which is a beautiful agenda. And yes, the animals are suffering. And yes, the planet is also suffering a lot because of this industrial animal production, which is really not natural, especially the way it's being done. It's just not natural. And all of that is true. However, it is also true that people are not necessarily ready to accept any message at any time that we want. People will only be able to accept and acknowledge a message when they're ready to do so. And their timing is completely different than ours. And that doesn't make them wrong. It just makes them different, and that's okay too. Now, I agree that we should plant seeds in the sense that when you open a door for them, when you leave a piece of knowledge, when you ask a question, when you answer a question, when you share information with people, oftentimes we're just planting a seed. But we want to do it the right way. We want it to be projected as a loving message, as a message that is trying to sprout consciousness on other people, on everyone. And like that, it will be perceived as a good message. We certainly don't want to do it when people are ready to eat meat. No, let's respect the time of food as a peaceful time where we can all enjoy it. You don't want to eat meat? That's fine. Just express, I'm a vegan. Someone may ask, why are you a vegan? And then you can plant the seed and say, well, this and that. You can talk about health benefits, you can talk about how you're helping animals, and you might even talk about how you're saving money because vegan food, actually, if you cook it, is a lot cheaper than meat. And you can even share how by eating vegan food such as sprouts and microgreens and other vegetables, you're actually eating more protein than if you were eating meat. They don't know that. You would open a door there and you will inform them that yes, actually protein comes from vegetables. And like that, you will open a door for knowledge for them, which later they will expand. Later they will read more about it. They will hear more about it. They will ask more about it. And eventually Maybe they'll change their way and remember you as the one who actually opened that door for them. That is the loving way that we want to project the message. Because like I said, I believe the message comes from a loving place, but it has to be projected the right way. Consider this for a moment. Oftentimes, we can see parents as they talk to their children in public, yelling, screaming, calling them names, trying to correct them for something they did. But we know that if it comes from the parents, of course the message comes from a loving place. We know that because they are the parents. But unfortunately, they oftentimes project themselves in a tyrannical way, and the kid ends up confused because of the way the message was projected, and therefore the good message was not perceived but as a tyrannical message. And that is oftentimes the problem with parents as well. Now, going back to the topic of the vegan and non-vegan agendas, we can certainly help spread the word and sprout consciousness on people. And in fact, the world needs it. But it's absolutely necessary and imperative that we do it the right way and at the right time. I encourage you to plant a seed, share a piece of knowledge, answer a question, especially when someone asks a question. What are the benefits of vegan? You're free to talk, but do it from a loving way. And certainly don't act in any way against that which you don't want. If you don't want meat, don't criticize or attack meat or meat eaters. No, let's just promote the vegan agenda, promote plant-based diets, and let's explain and let's share information about the health benefits and even the financial benefit of a plant-based diet. Those are little pieces of information that may not get the full result immediately, but I guarantee you it will open the eyes and will leave people thinking. And if they remember you as someone who made them feel good and help them gain a little piece of information, good things are going to grow from that. And that is kind of the message I wanted to share with you today. And I hope it made sense. Again, I'm not saying you in particular are being obnoxious or rude to anybody. No, but I'm sure perhaps you've experienced something like that, or perhaps you've seen it. I know I had. When I was a big time meat eater, there were people who made me feel uncomfortable, and I certainly didn't appreciate it. And perhaps that affected the time until I took seriously why I wanted to become vegan. And even now that I love the vegan agenda and that I'm trying to promote the benefits that I'm discovering, I am still not 100% vegan, because sometimes I'm out on the road or somewhere where I'm forced to eat something I don't want to eat, like meat, or even worse, processed meats and other things. So I think it's more about spreading the consciousness and letting each individual make his or her own choices. And if you agree with this, then we definitely want to leave people in a positive place with good energy and with a good message. If they're ready to receive the message, they will receive it. If they're not, then it's okay too. There's nothing you can do. We will not make them change their mind, and that's okay too. We need to respect other people's beliefs and practices, yet we can help a lot of people gain consciousness and learn about the benefits of plant-based diets, vegan diets, vegetarian diets, and much more information on the topic. And I hope this message makes sense to you. And if you feel this was a good video, please give us a like so we can know that you actually liked the video. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel of Eating Sprouts, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe now and mark on that little bell so you get all the notifications for all the new videos where I'm teaching you new information of how to sprout, how to grow microgreens, new recipes and new practices and new ideas that I'm learning myself and that I know they work well, and now I'm sharing with you so we can spread all this good knowledge that is beneficial for everything. And with that said, I wish this was a beneficial video for you and that you found some truth in it. And whatever you are on the other side of the screen, I want to thank you for allowing me to be here and share this information with you. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. This is Bliss from Amsterdam, and remember, be what you eat.